Here we go, part 2 of this penny hunt, and look at that, there's still hundreds left in there. First of all, let's have a look at some comments from viewers in part 1. These are from Dog Facts, so let's have a look. This is the first one, and he says 1918 penny at 26.30. He's putting the timestamps on, that's very helpful. Ghosting on the date below each number. So this is it. I can see what you mean, but I don't think it's ghosting. I don't think there's anything there. I think it's just the way the light catches it. I think that's all it is. Okay, the next one. The 1920 penny at 25.09 looks like a cracked die as the tail and body of the two are filled together. So this is the one, and let's have a look at that too. Definitely a cracked die. You can see the two is filling up with a little bit of metal there. I've got hundreds of 1920 pennies. I've looked through about 50 of them, and I've found 3 more. Look at that. Top one, a really good example. Yep, definitely a cracked die. Let me bring down a normal 2. That's what it should look like. Yeah, this one looks like it's got a crack running all the way through the date. So it must be quite a common error. Let me know if you've got one. Next, 1963 penny at 25.05. Broken one or damage. Just a bit of damage, I think. You can see a mark on the left where something has swiped it. Let's put that under the microscope. Yeah, I think that's just damage to the coin. A couple more. The 1902 penny at 1925 looks like a die crack on the 9. There it is. Something at the top of the 9, a little bump. But there's lots of them about, so it could be just a bit of corrosion. And 1966 penny at 12.08. Is that a dot to the right of the date? But no, I think it's just a bit of damage. I don't think that's a dot. Thank you very much for those dog facts. Keep them coming because I love this sort of thing. Now, right at the end of the last hunt, Glenn from Makamula said he thought he saw a George III penny or a half penny. And look, I spotted it. So there it is. Let's grab that first. Yeah, it's a George III half penny. And that will be coin orientation. So you turn that way. I don't know why these turn up in these hunts, because it's smaller than a penny, but bigger than a half penny. So we get a date off that. I think it's 1807. It'll either be 1806 or 1807 for this version. It's not very nice condition, is it? But always nice to find one. So that'll be part of the giveaway. I'll put that down there and grab the first handful of this hunt. Oh, a few more. Hurry up, right. Oh dear, that looks like a warm one. Victoria. Oh, I thought it was Victoria the other side. So that's nice on that side and completely worn on that. That's a shame. Oh well. There's King George VI. 1939. It's just a bit of gunk on there. I think that'll come away, so I'm not going to put that in the dirty mug. Alright, we've got a 1912 with an H mint mark, and that's better than the one on the board. H4 Heaton, made at the Ralph Heaton and Son Works in Birmingham. Mint, I should say, in Birmingham. 1919, but there's no mint mark on that one, is there? You can get an 8. Oh, is there something there? No, I'm having hallucinations. There's King George VI, 1937. There's his dad, George V, 1936. 1913. Oh dear, spotty king there. Looks like someone's done a felt pen or something. I don't know. No, I don't think it is. I think it's spots of corrosion on there. Don't know how that got like that. It's different. There's Elizabeth, 63. Oh, another 1912 with an H mint mark. I don't think that's quite as good though. A little bit of damage down here. Oh yeah, look. Not as good. 1862 Victoria. Oh, it's no better than the one on the board, is it? Got an 1862 already. Right, 1936. 21. 63. There's a 62. 1945. George VI. No doubling of that 9, as far as I can see there. Bit dirty though, isn't it? Another spotty one. Oh, it's damaged this time though. 1907. Edward the 7th. Shiny one. Oh, 1965, but we do have a very nice 65 on the board already. 1947. Those marks are no, just dust. Oops, they're falling out my hand. 1890. Do have a better 1890 than that, and that reminds me, I did find this nice 1890 in the first hunt, and a lot of people have said in the comments, did I check my Whitman album to see if it was an upgrade for me? So I believe I've got a really nice one, but let's have a look. This is my Whitman album or Whitman folder, 1881 to 1901. Only coins that I find in hunts go in here. And there's the 1890, and it is quite nice. Yeah, there's quite a lot of detail on that one. Let's see if it'll come out. Push it from the back. There we go. There she is. Let's compare it with the other one. Yeah, the one I found in part 1 is that one. Definitely better on the obverse. Is it better on the reverse? Yeah, so the one in the book is slightly better. Alright, so that's back in there, but it's the 1888. Look at the state of that one. That's the one I need to upgrade. I know I've given better quality ones than that away. I must concentrate more. So that one can go back on the board. Right, where do we get to? Oh yes, that's there. Oh yeah, that's the 1890, isn't it? Just looked at. Right, we've got 1905. Look at the O. A really big 0. A little bit of damage there anyway. There are ones where the 0 is slightly smaller than the rest of the digits, so look out for that one. Right, there's a 67. There's a 1927. And another 67. To end the first handful. The only new one for the board was the 1927. And the 1912 with the H mint mark, I think is better than that one. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, a bit battered around the edges. So I'll replace it with this one. Like that. Let's grab another fistful of dollars. Pennies. Right. What we got here then? If I can ever sort them out. There we go. We've got a 1966 Elizabeth II. Another Elizabeth. 66 again. There's Victoria Valehead, and this is an 1899. 1946. That'll be George VI. We need to look for a little dash up there. There's something up there, isn't there? No, it's just a mark of some kind. It's not in the right place, and it's not the right shape either. Another damaged coin. 63 this time. There's another 46. Come on, let's have another. Nah. There's little marks, but none of them are exactly in the right place. I'll show you what you're looking for. There's one, a 1946 dot penny. And you can see it's more like a dash, more like an apostrophe shaped thing. There it is, and that's what you're looking for. And you could probably buy one in this condition for around 30 to 40 pounds. But that's not one. 1907. Edward the 7th. There's a Victoria. Come on, let's have a date we haven't got. Oh, 1877. 1877, it's the wide date. Narrow date, 1877. Would be a very, very nice to find. That's a wide date, but it's a date we haven't got. There's a 1911. That's not bad condition. It's not a hollow neck, not the Gobi X. The rare Gobi X would have a hollow in the back of the king's neck there, but that's not bad condition for 1911. Might swap that, it's got to be better than one on the board. There's a 62. Another Victoria. 1896. Do we need 1896? We do. And you can actually read all the lettering on it. which is quite rare for 1896, so that can go down on the board. There's a 65, 1965, Elizabeth II. There is a 1936. 1944, George VI. That's 65. Oh, come on, another date we haven't got, please. Ah, oh, she's talking about 1888, wasn't I? That's not much better, is it? But it's a new date for the board, known as the Jack the Ripper penny, 1888. Right, 65. There's a oh, look at that! Look at that little beauty. That's an H mint mark. 1919 H mint mark. H4 Heaton. Oh, that's good. The second most common of the George V mint mark pennies. The 1912 is the most common. Nice to find that. Alright, we got... Oh, look at that. Another mint mark, 1912, but that's not as good as one we found earlier, is it? That is the most common one. Come on, let's have a lot more of those. 1962. 1916 there. Is it a recessed ear? No, it's not. And Victoria. Is it another new date? Well, it's 1872. That's terrible condition. There's the 1872 terrible condition, but we'll put it down there for now. What else have we got? Oh yeah, the 1888. It's probably slightly better than the one in my Whitman album, but I'm not going to bother swapping it. I want a better one than that. We've got the 1896, and that gives us another bingo line. What else was it? On the 1911 was definitely an upgrade. Take that one out of there and put that one in its place. There's the 1877. Can go there. And we got a mint mark, a 1919H. Lovely. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button because that's absolutely free as well. Right, what have we got in this handful then? Let's start with a 1906. We haven't got a 1906. That's a new one for the board. Not too bad for a 1906. Right, we got a 1913. There's a shiny one. 67. 62. Another Elizabeth. 65. And another one. Another 1967. Right, a 1919, but there's definitely no mint mark on it. What's this? 1856, Napoleon III. So that's French, 10 centimes. Terrible condition that is. You usually find a few of those. Right, 1921. There's a 1934. We need a 1934. Oh, another one for the board. 63. Alright, there's a 1908. I think we've got a slightly better one on that. 61. 1915. What's that? Somebody's just made a mark on that, haven't they? A little cross. Yeah, I think that's all that is. Victoria. 1894. We need an 1894. I think that's just a bit of damage on the 4. But it's a date you haven't got yet. And the last one in this handful is 1898. In the last handful, I didn't put the 1946 down, did I? And the 1902 that I looked at the beginning of the video, I didn't put that back. Come on, concentrate. There's that 1856 10 centimes from France. Not very nice, but I'll put it down there anyway. There's the 1894 Victoria. There's a 1934. A 1906. Lovely. And the 1915. I'll put that there, and that gives us yet another bingo line. Someone asked me if I check the date on the newspaper. And you can see the date there. Daily Mail, Saturday, January the 27th, 2018. Well, that's over 7 years ago, and I know I haven't had them that long, so the seller must have boxed them up around that date. I only started buying these big batches about just over 4 years ago, so that's the longest it could have been in my possession. Okay. 1961. There's an Irish one. 1965. Not bad condition, is it? Hen and Chicks. It's got a nice one. 1948. That's a new one. New date. 1948. There's George, a bit battered. George the 5th. So 1919. Pleased it's not a mint mark in that state. 1921. There's a 1912. Strange mark on there. There's no mint mark on it. George V again, a 1920. Small gap. Oh, well, let's just check that. I'm going to check that date now for the die crack. That's another thing to check for. Well, look at that. Would you believe it? So it's a lot common, much more common than I thought. And this one, this is the best example I found. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put that down on the board, and that can go with the giveaway. Someone can have that nice little anomaly. Right, 1900. As a 1922. Let's have a look for the very rare 1922. We need to look at the trident. And we can clearly see the middle prong of the trident is touching that bead around the edge of the coin. So that's a common one. The rare one, there will be a clear gap there between the trident and the bead. Right, 1936. 1964. There's a 1910. There's another 1911. No hollow in the king's neck, so that's a common one. 1919. Oh, it's horrible condition. Very awful, isn't it? Alright. Oh, there's another 22. And that is touching the bead, isn't it? People keep telling me I should call them denticles, but we don't say denticles in the UK. Other countries like Canada, I think you call them denticles over there. 1938, George the 6th. There's a 66. 64. Another 1935. Oh, we've got a 35, haven't we? Right, 1901. Another 1910. Last one in this handful is a Victoria. Not a very nice condition. 1900. Alright, that's the best of the 1922s. Can go there. We've got a 1948. And the 1965 Irish penny can go with the other one. Now, I promised Will I would give him a shout out and his channel, All About Pennies. It's a new channel. He's only got 5 subscribers so far, so go and help him out. Oh, 6 now. And he's only got the one video, but it's all about pennies, so what's not to like? Go and give him some support. The link will be in the description below. Okay, it's a shiny one. It's at 67. It is a 1967. You can tell these are not from my preferred supplier. 1908. Edward VII. There's a 1918. I don't need to zoom in on that one, do I? You can see there's no mint mark there. 65. 63. There's an Edward. 1907. What do I want? I want a 1904 to complete Edward VII. There's a 1915. Can get a recessed ear on the 1915 as well. Much harder to find. Well, there's nothing there. 1884. I believe that's a new date. Victoria. 1937. George VI. 1896. Oh, look at that. 1918H. Oh, look at that. Only the second video, and we've got a 1918H and a 1919H. Just hope we find some KNs now. What a beauty. I'm liking this batch. There's a 1920. See the streaks in there, quite common on the 1920s where the alloy hasn't mixed together properly. Goes through both sides of the coin. Right, another 1911. Another common 1911. There's a 66. 1937 again. 63. There's a 1914. So 1885. Yeah, 1885. Terrible condition, but it's another one for the date run. 67. God, what's that? I don't think we're going to get a date off that. Definitely not. And a 1936. The 1884 and the 1885 are terribly worn, but they do fill spaces. And we have a 1918 with an H mint mark. Fantastic. I've got another question here from expat3858. Any idea how many old coins are still out there? I assume most were taken back and the metal recycled. So where do all these old ones come from? Did people just hold on to worthless currency for over 50 years? Yep, that's exactly what they did. They just held on to them. And it would still happen today if the government announced we're going cashless as from tomorrow. All coins are invalid. You can't spend them. You've got to cash them in at the bank. People would hold on to them still. The coin collectors, the 50p coin collectors, they wouldn't get rid of them. They'd still keep all their hoard of 50p's and £2 coins. So the same thing would happen today. Don't know how many though. How many of these old pennies are out there? I don't think anybody knows. Right, there's a George V. There's a 1911. Not a hollow neck. There's Victoria. Terrible condition, 1901. 1936. There's an 1897. Need to look for a dot between the O and the N. No, nothing there. Also look for the tide level. Look for a high tide. But this one's a low tide, which is the common one for the 1897. Right, 1916. Recessed ear? Nope. There's a 66. Oh, got a dirty halfpenny. A dirty halfpenny from 1941. Now that got like that. In the dirty mug it goes. Right, we've got now a 1918. It's not a mint mark on that, is it? Oh, thought it was for a moment. Getting greedy now. What's that mark on there? It's just damage. 1936. Oh, 1862. We do have a terrible condition, 1862. That's slightly better. Alright, 66. And what we got here? Oh dear. Edward the 7th. 1907. There's a 1912. No mint mark. Oh, there's a halfpenny, a halfpenny, Victoria. God. 1900. Don't usually see Victorian halfpennies with that detail. It's a bit rough on that side. Alright, 1937. 67. Another 67. Oh, another 49. Oh, we found a 49, but it went in the dirty mug, didn't it? That's why. Oh, that's the first one for the board then. I remember finding a 49, but there wasn't one on the board. But I remember it was dirty. 1938. 1936, 61 and 1945 with no doubling of the 9. I've just dug this out the dirty mug just to make sure it was a 1949, and yep, it definitely was. So that 1949 can go there. There's the 1862, it's a little bit of an upgrade from that one. And the 1900 Victorian halfpenny can go there. Another handful. Or a bit. Alright, so there's a halfpenny. What's that one? Is it 1875 or something? Hang on, let me zoom in a little bit. Oh, 1877. 1877 halfpenny. Victoria, that's nice. I know it's a bit warm, but they are very rare to find in nice condition. 1877. Oh. There's a 1903. Is it an open 3? No, it's a closed 3. That's not what we're looking for. 1921. 1910. There's a 64. There's another shiny 67. 1940. Let's have a look at that line above the date. It's a double line. There's a double line above the date. The exerg line, that's called. What was the one on the board? Did I check it? 1940. Oh, that was a double line as well. So that's better condition, is it, that one? Yeah, definitely. Definitely better condition. So I'll upgrade that one straight away. Right. 63. There's a 1916. Can we have a recessed ear? No. 21. Oh. Some of these I don't think they're dirty enough to put in the dirty mug. No, probably not. 1948 as a shiny one. Oh, shiny 66. Ah, that could be an upgrade. I'll have a look in a minute. 1920. Where am I looking? Oh, yeah, small gap. 1919. Oh, there's a 1912 with an H mint mark. I think that might be a little bit more of an upgrade. I think I've already upgraded 1912H once. That could be a even better one. There's another 66. Irish penny. 1968. I don't think I've ever found an Irish 1968. That must be the last year of mintage. 1968. Pretty sure I've never found one. A little bit of luster still on there, so that's not been used. Circulation there. 1929. Other 1919. No mint mark though. Victoria, 1899. There's Edward. That's 1906. Still a 1904 for Edward. 1965 could be a bit better. And the last one in this handful is another 1965. So the 1912 with the H mint mark is slightly better than that one. Second upgrade for that. The 1966 definitely better than that one. A nice upgrade. And there's the 1968 Irish penny. You can go with the other one. And of course there's the halfpenny from 1877. Mustn't forget that one. Right, we've been going over 30 minutes now. Let's do another handful. Can't resist it. Okay, that'll do. Right, it's 1921. Oh, go on then. Get in the dirty mug. It was a bit grubby, that one, wasn't it? There's a 1945. Can't see any doubling on that 9. Right, 61. 1948. 66. No, 63, sorry. There's a 1917. There's George, 1916. Definitely not recessed here. There, look how flat that is. Another 66. 1921. George V. I thought there was some kind of mark to the left of the date, but no, it's not. It's just a bit of dirt. Right, 61. George V. Oh, 1930. Oh, yes, we need a 1930. So that's another one. Another one for the date run. 1901. 1963. 1939. There's a 65. Well, those are Victoria 1891. We need an 1891. Not the best. Can't read the word one there. Not too bad. They do come worse condition than that. Right. Oh, 1929. That could be an upgrade. It's definitely not bad for 1929. A lot of detail on there. I'll grade that. Oh, there's Edward, 1907, 1934, and the last one is a 1912 with an H mint mark, but not as good as the one on the board. We've got the 1930, another new date to put down there. Straighten it up. There's the upgrade for the 1929. Quite a bit better, that one. And an 1891 to go there. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Look at this lot. I've still got absolutely loads left. Looks like I haven't touched it yet. Right, I'll see you in the next one and we'll see what we can find then.